for today's video, I'm going to teach you how to tie-dye your own sweatshirt, just like this one. And then for an added bonus, I'm going to show you how to add some graphic lettering. This tutorial is super easy to recreate, and that is coming from someone who is absolutely terrible at tie-dyeing. I am telling you, like, every time I've tried tie-dyeing in the past, it has been a disaster. One time I tried to tie-dye a shirt pink, and it turned out pink. Just pink. There was no tie-dye to it. It was just pink. For today's video, I'm going to show you how to get a two-tone tie-dye that is actually different color and not just one big blob of color. For this tutorial, I'm using an upcycled sweatshirt. I got this one at the thrift store for $1. It was originally $2, and then it was half off on half off day, so it was $1 whole. It used to be white, but there were a bunch of stains in the armpit and around the collar, but by doing something like tie-dyeing or dyeing, I have now been able to give this sweatshirt a new life, and it looks cute, and I love it, and it is so comfy. So if you guys want to see the tutorial, stick around. First up, grab your garment. In my case, I have this white sweatshirt that I thrifted, but this is just a standard white sweatshirt that you can find at any craft store. Mine is a child size large. It also had a couple of stains on it, which are hard to see on camera, but they were definitely visible in real life. I wanted to do a swirl pattern on mine, so it is important to look at where you want the inside of the swirl to begin, and then start slowly turning it. And for some reason, this is always a struggle for me. I don't know why. Tie-dye does not have to be perfect. It will work just as well no matter what you really do here. Struggle. It's just a struggle for me all the time, because I want it to be perfect and it never is. For this swirl pattern to work out correctly, you want to make sure you're tying your rubber bands in kind of a pizza or pie shape instead of whatever the heck I'm doing here, which is where I kind of made a grid, but you don't want a grid, you want a pie shape. And then here is my lazy cat trying to help me tie-dye. Here is all of my tie-dye in process. For this project, I am using the RIT dye in color black and also in color tangerine orange. I mixed my RIT dye in a water bottle with super hot water, which I do not recommend because I ended up burning my fingers because the water was so hot. The water just needs to be warm. It does not have to be super hot. For the next step, you're going to soak your garment in water and then kind of press the water out. You want it to be wet so that the dye is better absorbed all around the garment. And then if I had done this correctly and made it look more like a pizza instead of a grid, you want to do every other section orange and then every other section black. But since mine is not a pizza, it's kind of doing whatever it wants. So I'm going back through with the black dye and kind of guessing where I think the pizza shape would be. This is me being super great at tie-dyeing, which is not a skill I'm good at, which seems sad because you should be good at tie-dyeing. And then also wear gloves, guys, because my hands were orange for like 4 days. I've heard varied amounts of how long you should let the dye sit on your garment. I actually left mine outside for like 3 days. So here's what it looks like when it is opened up. They do say that you're supposed to rinse out the dye, but I didn't have time for that. So I just stuck it in the wash. And that is why some of the dye kind of bled all over my shirt and kind of turned it a cool gray versus still being white. If you guys want to add lettering to it, I am using my Silhouette Cameo, but you definitely could just use store-bought letters, or you could cut out your own letters, because I am just using this glitter paper that is iron-on. And again, I'm using my Silhouette, but you could totally just print out the way you want the letters to look and then cut them out using this material. It is so easy to use. The reason I cut out the purple version is I wanted to see if I liked how big the font was and if I liked the font in general on my collar. You can also tape this on, try the sweatshirt back on and see if you like it. I ended up not liking the font that I chose. That's why I do test prints of everything. And then once your silhouette is done cutting it out, you're gonna weed away the excess. If you do it by hand, you obviously do not have to weed out the excess, which would be kind of cool. One thing to also note is to make sure that you are cutting out your letters in reverse. Otherwise, your things like your B will be backwards. And then I cut them out individually because I actually wanted to do a curved pattern around the collar. And so I'm just going to lay them down, and since they have a sticky backing, that really helps hold it on. And again, you can try it on for placement to see if you like it. Then with a super hot iron, I'm just going to heat it up and then hold it down for about 10 seconds. I like to overdo it, so I always hold it down a lot longer than you probably should. And then once it is cool, I'm going to peel off the letters. It does say to wait 24 hours before washing this in a machine washer. We're back. So that is all I have for you guys today. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button down below. I make lots of DIY and lifestyle videos, and I've been making a lot more because it's Halloween, and Halloween's my favorite season, and I'm so excited. So if you guys are super excited like me, please leave me a comment down below about what you guys plan on being for Halloween, and if there's any Halloween DIY hacks that you want to know or how to make a costume, let me know, and I will try and make them for you and show you some really cost-effective ways to do it. So I hope you guys have a wonderful and fantastic week, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!